Edward Laos. Welcome to Travel Talk, filmed at the Peachtree Rose Marketing Studios and hosted by the hotel guide publisher, Edward Laos.
Good afternoon, everybody. Edward Laos here, publisher of the Hotel Guide and your host of Travel Talk. Really excited about today's episode. I've got a new friend and someone who I'm really excited about introducing to our listeners. But Frances is the founder of the Boutique and Luxury Lodging Association. So she's got a lot of great things happening. But Frances, how are you doing today?
Doing awesome. It's a beautiful Tuesday. It's sunny here in California, and I'm on with you. So, what could be better than that?
No, that's great. Sunny California. I'm here in Texas. It's sunny over here too. So it's all good news for everyone. But like
Yes,
I like to do with all of my guests, my listeners want to know, hey, Edward, who the heck are you talking to? Frances, tell us a little bit about yourself and kind of how you got to where you are, especially with the association.
absolutely. Well, I've been in the industry a very long time. And when I say the industry, I'll start with the travel industry because that was my entrance into this whole world of travel and
Mhm.
hospitality. So that gave me several years working in corporate travel and working for one of the biggest agency groups, Carlson,
Yeah.
which, just recently merged with American Express. They've been trying to do that for a while. So I was excited to see it actually just a couple days ago
Yep.
to see that those two huge conglomerates that are amazing, come together. So that was my start, and I worked at Carlson with some of their top corporate clients. So Disney and Toyota were my two biggest accounts, and those were tremendous opportunity, tremendous experience to work with actually the travelers and the travel agents that were handling those accounts
Yeah.
and also the corporate people. So the corporate people all the way up to the CEO at Toyota. That was Toyota Motor Sales USA, and at Disney to the top, program managers and so on, and being able to have meetings in the first conference rooms on the Disney lot, because our
Wow.
Carlson office was right across the street. So I was a Disney employee actually. Well, not in so many terms, but I had to go through Disney University in order to work there. So I actually have a pin, just like the Disneyland people do, that has my name on it. And I'm very proud of that because they have an amazing
Mhm.
university that you go through that, has a lot to do with customer service. So
Very
it
much.
rings real beautifully into hospitality. So from there, I went and I created what's called a consortia hotel program, which is basically negotiated rates. So I left
Mhm.
Carlson, went there, created a special program for corporate clients who use travel agencies, and I negotiated the rates, and we booked somewhere around 3 million room nights a year. And
Wow.
after 15 years doing that, I sold my shares in the company, left 2 years later, and 2009, I launched BLLA because I had been having a lot of conversations with independent owners who had heard about me and us and, people like us, and they had nobody to turn to. So the light bulb went off, and I was like, I love working with independent owners versus big corporations with rules. I like to break rules. I have my entire life, I've broken rules because I don't, it's not, that I don't respect them. I do. However, there's times when I feel it's wrong
Mhm.
and, or it doesn't make sense, because it's something so easy to fix. But yet there's a corporation there with rules and you got to follow them. And I guess I don't like to follow the rules. I like to kind of step outside the box. So BLLA was born in 2009, 16 years. Um, we kind of have five divisions, although
Mhm.
some are kind of offshoots of BLLA, like BLLA events, which the new website is launching in 3 weeks. Can't It's going to
Awesome.
be in BLLA.org though, so it'll still be there. Boutique Money Group, which really does matchmaking, so puts together hotel investors or hotels that are looking to sell their properties privately together with others who maybe want to buy their property. So that there's that going on. And then last but not least, well, there's two more last but not least. One is Stay Boutique, which is an initiative I really launched many years ago, but it's getting its legs now and raising capital. And finally, that's going to debut the new stuff soon. The site's there. It's a direct booking engine, basically. And the very least, last thing is the Travel Industry Executive Women's Network, which I
Yeah.
launched the year before BLLA. And that was really about bringing women together globally that work in our industry. Didn't matter if they were boutique hotels or not. It didn't it because it's everybody.
Correct.
Um, that's over 13,000 global members now. And we do have an annual conference and we have a new website, tiewn.com, that people can join and really be a part of. In our industry, it's just women like to get together and they like to support each other, a little bit differently. And it's a wonderful support network. It's an educational tool. So maybe there's not enough women in technology today, but maybe they're just not recognized yet. They're there, but they're not recognized. So our job is to help with the recognition. And so that's what we do. And all of it I run together now with my daughter, who joined me 11 or 12 years ago now. We took her out of school. And so she's having a blast and she's a phenomenal young leader. Um, and I don't know if that's a chip off the old block, hopefully, because I have another daughter who has her own business and she's incredible as well. But I don't know where it came from because my mother was not an entrepreneur, but I was an entrepreneur from way back when.
Yeah.
And I think it goes back to 1920 when my great aunt Ruth, she was only 5 foot tall, but a powerhouse in the city of Cleveland. And,
Wow.
I think maybe her influence kind of rubbed off a little bit.
It's interesting how you say that because my parents weren't entrepreneurs either, but my grandfather uh, came from Mexico and created a income tax business here in San Antonio, and so he was an entrepreneur. And so I think it skipped the generation of my dad, and now I got it. I don't. My brothers don't have it, but I do. And yeah, you're right. That entrepreneur gene is definitely born and bred somewhere in our tree line, if you will. And
Yes.
so I've definitely that is a great story on especially the daughters. So you're so proud of them, and with the one of you that's really helping you out with the organization. Um, I love the 5 tenets of the organization and what you're doing for the boutique and luxury area of the world. And I'm kind of with you too. I don't like rules so much either. And I like to think outside the box. So you see that a lot with boutique properties and the difference in what they offer to the traveler. Talk a little bit about that and why that's so unique and why boutique properties are really just on the upside for a lot of things moving forward.
Yes, it's so exciting to open LinkedIn or the news today because I've been waiting for this a long time, right?
Yeah,
I have always been that kind of visionary looking over the rainbow. And so I'm really excited that it's come full force now and
yeah,
we're here and we're situated, and I think it's because people, particularly I think after COVID, people are looking for more authenticity, realness. They want to believe, I think in entrepreneurs, but not just that. I think that boutique hoteliers are delivering what they want. They want an experience. They want something different. They want to know who's in charge. They want to know the story of that person who's in charge and why did they build that hotel that way. So I think storytelling today, the authenticity of it really resonates with people because sometimes, with all the news going on and everything, they're just tired of all that. And
yeah,
especially when they're traveling, whether it's business or leisure, it really doesn't matter. Because I know that even business travelers like the boutique experience and they want access to those hotels as well. So they resonate. Yes, some of them may collect, points somewhere else, but over the years, the points have changed. And even with
Yeah.
airlines, the points are changing every day and you're not getting what you used to.
Hmm.
So, if you're into collecting points there, there's lots of ways to do that through credit cards, through the brand itself.
Yeah.
Or you can get, instant loyalty, which is, a lot of what we talk about today too. When you're coming to a boutique hotel, would you prefer to get an upgrade or, free breakfast or something else that can be treated like loyalty? So there's a lot of ways to manage that, but
Yeah.
I love seeing that travelers are really, more interested than ever. You can see it on all their social media.
Yeah.
Whenever I open Instagram or anything else, I don't see that much, of, I mean, yes, there's some beautiful, big chain hotels, and some of the big chains have purchased, some great small brands. But there's a huge proliferation of independently owned properties that are embracing this time. This is their time. This
Yep.
is a time to celebrate, to come out and talk about it, which is why, we have our boutique hotel owners conference at the end of the month. And,
Yep.
there's some great stories that are going to be told there. I just got off a call, with one of them. And I love it so much because it's real, it's personal, it's, well, I guess the feeling is that, I'm, looking to grow one of my brands and bringing all those people together, whether it's a CFO or an investor or whatever, you
Mhm.
know what? You all have to like each other and you all have to kind of have the same passion, I think,
Yeah.
and it really came out in this call, this prep call for this panel discussion. And I was thinking back, like, it's so true, when you're selecting people to work with, you want to work with people you like, you
No,
know?
definitely. No, 100%. I mean, I think that's one of the big things in being in your position and my position and working with boutique properties. I think that's the thing that we get to do with regards to that. Let's switch a little to the personal side because I always like to ask my guests a couple of travel questions.
Sure.
And because we travel, and so people want to know what are some of your favorite travel destinations, and then what are some of your bucket list spots that you have on tap.
Okay, so my favorite destinations, I mean, I have to say I love Europe. And I don't know if it's my family connection because I feel my relatives when I go there, but I love the easy travel. I love jumping on a train. I am such a train person. When I had my consortia, I would take my employees with me either to Berlin for ITB or to London for World Travel Market, etc. And we would always go off on these destinations. Like sometimes we get on the train in London and go all the way up to Edinburgh. You have to say it right. The train conductor taught us Edinburgh. That's how you
Edinburgh.
say it. And that was a 5-hour ride, and we'd go 5 hours up and 5 hours back, but we'd play games, along the way. We'd look out the window. It's just so relaxing. And then now, of course, with the channel, you can go over to mainland Europe and, get to Paris, Amsterdam, everywhere else. So Paris is one of my favorite cities for sure. It's charming, it's eclectic, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
It is kind of, the heart of so many things, surrounding it. Easy to get to Amsterdam, easy pretty much to go anywhere from Paris. London, I cling to because both of them because of the history, but also London because my mother lived there and, there's family connections there. So I feel that sense of place there,
Correct.
where it's really me. But, all of Europe, just jumping on a train to me, I don't care how many hours it is,
Yeah.
because we can do it here in the US, but it is not the same. There
It's
are
different.
little pockets, I think, that I'm discovering. I heard there was a new train or sort of new going from California to Seattle. I would love to try that. Um, Beyond that, the next thing I would like to do is get on one of those Explora ships going to Antarctica
Oh yeah.
because it looks not only does the ship look so luxurious itself, but what you learn when you're on the ship, going to the talks and then going outside and seeing penguins and polar bears and One of my friends actually is now a photographer, a very well-known photographer. He was selling furniture before.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. Complete turnaround. He's on the road probably 7 or 8 months a year, going on all of these like Explore and so on. So I've been looking at his images, and I'm very connected to the travel agency community still because it's been my life,
Sure.
right? So my 5,000 Facebook friends, 4,900 are travel agents,
Yep.
or hoteliers. But they're always, showcasing, going on that ship. So that would kind of be, yes, I do want to go APAC. I've been to Australia, I've been to Hong Kong, I've been to Tokyo. But there's so much more to explore there as
Oh
well.
yeah.
So my younger daughter is actually living that life for me now because she's the one on the road constantly. So she's got the explorer in her. I have to kind of let that go. And, it's just amazing to watch the young people today, how they're not afraid to travel alone.
Oh yeah. No, definitely. I think there's a lot of solo travel going on, a lot of independent women traveling alone, and there's a lot. We actually I have actually done a couple episodes on that, and so it's been a big trend. But we're coming up on the end of our time together. I know this won't be the last time that we're on the show because you have so much to offer, and really what's going on in the boutique realm of hospitality is really on the upswing, like you said earlier. But
So
what's the best way for people to find you or the organization and learn more information about the BLLA?
absolutely. Well, the first and foremost is BLLA.org, where you can, I would highly recommend looking at our blog because there's many, 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 many articles there. The other one is, BLLA events will be on BLLA.org, of course.
Yes.
The Women's Network, for anyone that wants to join, is TIEWN.com. And beyond that, keep your eye on stay-boutique.com.
A lot of good stuff. Well,
A lot of good stuff.
Frances, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on the Travel Talk episode today.
I'm so grateful. Thank you so much, Edward. I appreciate it.
Oh, wonderful. Well, to all of our listeners and readers out there, you know the drill. Thehotelguide.com is where you can find us. But please like, share, comment. Please check out Frances and the BLLA website for a lot of information and a lot of great connections right there. But as we like to say at the Hotel Guide, travel, make memories. And until next time, everyone take care and we'll talk soon.